computer froze up, guys, so now it seems to be working, but it's IDL and then dash international.com. So I would get mine from these people, and then you can order it online now. What you basically do is you fill out an application and then send it in. U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Review our documents. Examples required. IDL parents and her example check. This letter from Security. List of countries which have agreed to accept the use of international driver's permits, licenses at the convenience of at road traffic in Geneva and Vienna and Cape Town. And then they're pretty much almost every country here. A lot of you countries they accept that, including the United States, I believe. Obviously. America, yep, here you go. United States. Okay, so that might be another option. On the, let's see if I can bring it up here. Order easy online application. Notice to arresting officer. There's the online application. They have a place for you to put your driver's license information. I would put, instead of putting driver's license information, just let them know that, hey, I am not required to have one in my state because of this law. But I have, maybe I would take a picture. If you have a driver's license, take a picture and put that, but I did previously have one, but I changed my since, or just don't put nothing at all. Maybe provide them something showing that you went to driver school, or if you got something in the computers at the that says that you were able to drive without a license because of this law, or whatever. I would put that in there. If you get something back after your send in for your certificate, and then you go and to your licensed agency and say, hey, these laws have changed, da da da. That's okay. So you can print this out, even though it has the asterisk current driver's license address, and then they talk about this on the website. See, it asks for your driver's license number and all that, nationality. I would put, state national or national. Well, so you can do it online, but notice arresting officer with Miranda warning demands to be met by arresting officer to avoid civil and criminal penalties, and then you can give this to them. Again, will be held liable for false arrest and sued in your official capacity. So I would definitely get this, and then you might even want to modify this, maybe to add in case law or something that your right to travel, you know what I mean? Let's see. They had a copy of one of the chapters, and in the one that they show, and in the one that they show, they actually talk about your citizenship status and how being a non-citizen national, that you don't have to have a, well, here it is. Click here for sample. And then, I don't know how many pages it is. Oh, 200. It's 284 pages and 11 chapters, and I think it's $40 Canadian. Which, as of right now, I think they're pretty much matching up as far as exchange rate. So used to, I think it was 70, 60, 70 cents to the US dollar. Now it's pretty much, I think it's actually a little bit higher. I think it's a dollar point, or, well, maybe it is. You just go into xe.com and then it'll tell you. And they do keep that CEDUM website updated. So, you know, I think they keep the Fam Guardian website updated too. But I know for sure that they do keep the CEDUM on site up there updated, and they talk. Well, here it is. Defending your right to travel. Let's see here. Yeah, see, it shows all the revisions and everything that they've made according to the law. Looks like the last one was on 10/11 in 2011. Yeah. For credible and reliable documentation when stopped. Expanding section on private IDs, right to travel authorities, standing requirement of state to sue in traffic cases, and merged onto Appendix A, loopholes in state laws regarding right to travel, and merged into Appendix A, improved formatting and table authorities, added several new authorities. Expanding section 3.5. There we go. Government franchises generally. Driver's license, the right to travel, origin of the authority of licensed drivers, rights are surrendered by getting a driver's license, legal requirement for a driver's license, social security numbers and driver's license, suspension of driver's license, risk of penalties of driving with a state license, strategies for and takes for traveling without a license, canceling your driver's license the right way, vehicle registration and license plates, rights are surrendered by registering a vehicle, putting a vehicle a trust to get your name out of state databases, registering vehicles in foreign states, protecting your license plate number from automated photography systems, passports, handling traffic stops, not a true court but an executive branch agency, traffic case background, due process of law, standing requirements of state to sue in traffic cases, no injured party or corpus delicti, witness did not show up, no jury or jury box, automobile versus motor vehicle, commercial driver's license. Actually says California, but I do know that they do talk about the different states and stuff too. There's somewhere around here. Well, that's it for that one. There was another one here somewhere. Freedom School. Oh, loopholes. I think this is the one I was looking for. Letter from state senator on driver's license shows that they aren't necessary. Speed limits are unconstitutional. Try brief in support of driver's license. I think this is, well, it's still loading. See, they had a couple of websites too. Where was it? requires right to travel, beat traffic tickets, screw the DMV, ticket slayer, ticket killer, ticket assassin. One of these websites you can buy pretty cheap all the information for getting your ticket off of it if you get one. Loopholes in state laws regarding right to travel. No driver's license required. To all Idaho state law enforcement, I am not required to have a driver's license to drive a motor vehicle in the state of Ohio for non-commercial purposes. See, it talks about different states. Let's see, so Idaho, Oregon, and Washington, no driver's license required. No driver's license required in Oregon, Washington, Ohio. Your car is a recreational vehicle. Car is a recreational. There's no seatbelt law. No insurance required. Your car is a recreational vehicle. There's no insurance in New Hampshire, where they have the Freedom State Project going on. I know there's no license there too, and it's actually pretty cool. I actually thought about moving up there and being around a bunch of people up there, and really looked into it and thought about it hard, and you know, but it's most of my family lives here in Missouri, and then I have some that live in Michigan. I have a few that live in Tennessee, and then a few that live in Florida. So the closest relative that I would have to New Hampshire would probably be my family in Michigan. Maybe not even that. Well, no, Tennessee would be the closest family relatives, because they live in Alpine, which is 150 miles east of Nashville. But anyway, one reason why I decided not to was this. Actually, I want to show you something cool. It's free. It's free. They got a free state project going in Wyoming, and then the current state that they ended up voting on was New Hampshire. And they have all kinds of. If you just look up like Free Keene or the Ridley Report, I think it's called, they talk about what's going on in that state, and they have a whole big old website going on. They keep it updated, and they have what's called, I think it's the Porcupine Fest, or Porcupine Fest. And then they, basically they fight for freedom, and they're trying to get 20,000 people in there. And I know that they have supposedly they have like a couple libertarians in there, and the state motto was live free or die. And it's actually a beautiful state, especially if you really like hunting and fishing, and close to Canada, and so you could probably go and out there. And the one thing I don't like is that it's way over there on the East Coast. But anyway, I was going to show you this. Let's see if I can get it up here. It's no, it's just, let's see. I don't. Well, yeah, I do. I have it on this one. Well, I can't show you. Let's see. Let me go here. If I was looking up just what is that guy's name? He was on the Alex Jones. It's I can't say it, guys, tonight for some reason. Something relocation. Strategic or stratic. I can't say it. Any other day I could probably say it, but no, not tonight. Not tonight when I'm doing this video. Is he not gonna come up or what? I can't say it. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. That's all that matters. And then I forget what the guy's name was. Why aren't you? Oh, there it goes. Strategic relocation. Strategic. I keep trying to say. Uh-oh. But anyway, I got on the website, and then I looked up strategic relocation, Missouri, and then or I think it was that. Maybe it was the guy's name. I might have put in the guy's name, and then strategic relocation, and then the guy's name. And then I put in Missouri, and then I found this article, and it was pretty interesting. And then I seen that they was talking about Missouri and how Missouri would actually be one of the best places that in the event of, let's see, Missouri Conservative Family Gardening book. This is the one I was looking for right there. That in the event of a collapse and stuff, that Missouri, that the whole bottom half of Missouri, and then your northwestern portion of Arkansas, and then your northeastern part of Oklahoma. Well, here it is: how to get out of Babylon. And then it talks about, anyway, I seen this guy posted this, and it's pretty interesting. And it's how to get out of Babylon.com. And then, where should we consider living? Certainly, I would hope that to be the case if we are in the area of refuge. It says in Isaiah 4:5 that the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies a cloud and smoke by day, and a shining of flaming fire by night. Upon all glory shall be a defense, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow of the daytime from the heat, and of the place of refuge, and for a covenant from storm and from rain. So it says, so I believe that there are going to be different areas of the country, perhaps eastern Washington, central Idaho, up in Michigan, Kentucky, Tennessee, and perhaps many others, but I do believe that some of these are going to be temporarily. I don't know. It's just conjure it on my part. So he's talking about that strategic relocation, and how that guy was saying, these places. I think the state that took the 5 stars out of his current state was actually Utah. Or maybe it was Idaho. It was either Idaho or Utah. I think it was Idaho. Maybe it was Idaho. But, and he was talking about, he talks about those, but, and I think he gave Missouri 3 stars, and then he gave New Hampshire 3 stars. Anyway, it says, I am very clear, however, that the area of the central United States is now and will be one of the best places in the world to be. This would be based upon the Christian Patriot Civil Defense Association, which is held that from Scottsbluff, Nebraska to Lubbock, Texas to Atlanta, Georgia to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, will the area together now be the big safe area. Ended up being what depend on how many good people gathered there before the breakdown. I also saw that in George Washington's vision at Valley Forge, when he foresees the last day invasion by American by many nations, states clearly that those who survived would be driven to the center of the country. A heavenly host army would help them. Heavenly hosts in the history, coming to the aid of inhabitants. Let's see. Here he gives somebody that talks about this. Ten Boom's vision. Corrie ten Boom, author of In My Father's House, was in a concentration camp during World War II. Years later, while on a plane flight over the Midwest, she said that she had a vision of a circular area mostly in Missouri, which later on he talks about how he thinks it's in southern Missouri, with a wall of fire around it. Inside, everything was green and lush. Children were playing with cattle, were grazing, and crops were grazing. Outside, there was desolation, anarchy, chaos, death, destruction, pestilence, famine, and drought. She also allegedly had a vision of the area being surrounded by angels with drawn swords 5 ranks deep. So she moved to northern Arkansas, Eureka Springs. And actually, I looked this up, and Eureka Springs is actually not that far from the Missouri border. I mean, it's not far at all. Not very far at all. I mean, you can pretty much, I got a map of Missouri, and I looked for it, and it was, it showed a little bit of Arkansas, just a tad smit, and you could see right there it said Eureka Springs, so it's not that far at all, like I said. And lived out her days there. The only source for this is from Charles Jennings, who has a website, Truth in History. That Truth in History website, I looked it up, it's no longer going. Any others would be appreciated. appreciated. Sorry. And then he talks about the second Civil War. Excuse me. One more comment on American is a recommendation to read Civil War II by Tom Chinham. The book has a single theme: America has become a multinational empire, and all such empires degenerate into civil war. And then here he talks. Well, I'm gonna let you guys read that one. I really don't go into that. It says many Christians, included, have been convinced that America is going down, that they must go to some other country such as Belize, Argentina, or Canada, which I actually thought about doing that too. Actually, Nicaragua is where I actually thought about going, and it seemed like actually a pretty cool place to move there. Actually, or anything, just to spend time down there on vacation. You know, they're supposed to supposedly their currency is the Federal Reserve note, which I really don't like that, but they speak, supposed to be like the. Well, you just can do your own research and look into it, but anyway, the motivation is fear mongered by newsletter writers such as Don McKelvey and others. Many are convinced to buy gold and do, and Ezekiel 7 and FF states that silver and gold will be thrown into the street. They will be worthless. Fear is not a bad motivator if God gives it. Noah moved with fear and built an ark. And then, let's see. He says some decide to move to Hawaii that he knows. And that basically it's a large military target. And then it's also got a big, huge volcanoes and all kinds of stuff. Canada, talking about Canada, how they once had 3 million mines to prevent Russia from going there. Let's see. Well, I can't. Oh, shoot. I was gonna look that up. Strategic relocation. What was that guy's name? I wish I would have had it marked on here. Excuse me. Dang, it's only 9:20. Let's see, who was the guy? There was a guy. He was talking about Missouri. So this guy says that he was given a dream by the Lord, and that there is going to be a bunch of people coming down and everything. And he talked about the region, and he talked about the Ozark Plateau, and see, if I press S, it's going to stop my video. So maybe I'll just go ahead and stop it, and then I'll make another video. So I think that's what I'll do. So hold on, guys.